early January where we are. And although the deer season has ended here, it is a great time and an often overlooked time to scout. So a lot of times season ends, people go into deer depression, but the reality is it really should be the beginning of next season. And so that's what we're doing today. We're taking down some lock-ons that we had up, but we're also checking some signs so that we can figure out maybe what these deer were doing that we weren't aware of. So sometimes this time of year, once all the leaves are off the trees, a lot of the foliage has died, it's just easier to see deer trails. It's easier to see what deer may have been doing that you weren't aware of when all the foliage was on the trees and all the bushes had their leaves and that kind of thing. So that's what we're doing here today. Stick with us. So this is a really good example right here. We are in an area that is really thick with briars and that kind of thing. Really difficult to get in here during the summer months or in the early part of the season. But we found a very well-defined trail that goes through here. So we want to mark this, make mental note of this, and maybe also get in there and see why the deer were moving on this trail. And that's a really important thing too, is to try to understand not only where the sign is, but understand why the deer are using it in the first place. So we've got a lock on right up here, and this has been a good stand for us in years past. This year it actually was not as great of a stand. Didn't get many trail cam pictures near this spot, and the times that we sat here didn't really see much. And so we want to try to figure out that trail we just saw, which is back this way. We're going to get on the other side of that and try to figure out where that trail goes to and why the deer were using it. But we got to take this stand down. All right, so we followed that trail that we found up this way, and it led all the way down here to a ditch that runs all the way down here to the creek bottom down here. But right here, there's a little saddle. It's right through here, and those deer were bedding up here. We found several beds bedding up here on this ridge. They were coming down, crossing this saddle so they can get across this ditch. And so now we've been able to put a little bit of the pieces together, and we would not have been able to get in here in the summer months when all these briars and leaves were still on the trees. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a little trimming right through here. And next season, we'll be able to climb or even hang a lock on in here, try to catch these deer crossings. So get out there and do some scout when the season's over.